RR Living is a multifamily and build-to-rent property management company driven by operational excellence, strategic execution, and a commitment to creating exceptional residential communities for those who choose to call us home. Through close collaboration with owners and investors, RR Living brings business plans to life across a diverse portfolio of asset types, delivering consistent performance, elevated resident experiences, and long-term value creation.
We believe that great communities begin with strong teams, with intentional leadership, and also a culture that's rooted in accountability and service. So by investing in its people, which is something that we really believe in, and fostering environments where residents genuinely feel at home, we can create communities that seamlessly balance financial success with great living experiences for our residents.
Grounded in that belief, we believe in people that rental housing should be both attainable and inspiring. RR Living is dedicated to delivering high-quality living tailored to the needs of today's workforce. From thoughtfully designed spaces and meticulously maintained properties to resort-style amenities and resident-focused service, every detail is curated to elevate everyday living.
And what sets us apart, again, going back to the people first philosophy, is its team. So passionate professionals who understand that caring for residents is both a privilege but also a responsibility. The unwavering commitment to resident care that we have to operational discipline and community building is our foundation, and that's how we continue to grow and, have success within our business.
And just a little bit about me, I'm one of the DOs as well for RR Living, and started in the business in 1999. So been in it a long time, leasing, worked my way up, and through all of that, we did construction, lease-ups, repositioning, value-add renovations, and acquisitions. And the heart of RR Living is what is in my heart, and that's people, and really investing and training up so the assets can perform, and coaching and fostering a culture on the assets.
And then for me, so I'm another director within RR Living. I oversee approximately 2,200 units, 7 communities across in and around Houston, and then also one in Florida. I've been involved within the multifamily industry for 9 years. I've had roles in accounting, in asset management, and then moved over to the operations side. I have experience with different classes of multifamily communities, with single family, with commercial, and then I have seen properties overseen within 17 states. So we're going to talk about our organizational structure at RR Living. We're going to talk about how multifamily operations impacts investment performance, a day in the life of an RVP, a day in the life of DOs and what we do, what makes multifamily properties successful, resident experiences and why they matter, the biggest challenges that we face on a daily basis in property management, and then also real life situations that we do manage every day.
Okay, so this is the organizational structure. So you have ownership, then you have asset management, then our CEO, which is Melanie French. Then we have the RVP of Ops and VP of Facilities, the Director of Operations, then we have regional service managers, and then we have the on-site teams, which are made up of the general or community managers, our business managers, leasing professionals, service managers, and our maintenance technicians.
So the connection between ops and returns. Part of what we do every day is we drive revenue. And by doing that, we have to make sure that occupancy stays high. We have to make sure that delinquency, so the rent that people owe us, stay low, and we're collecting that rent growth. So if we're doing well, we make sure that we're staying up on what's going on in our market so we can push rates while continuing to be competitive. And then ancillary income, which would be any type of income that we charge back and that we collect money on that would be aside from rent. So that would be your utility income and different things like that. Then we have expense controls. So that would be all your payroll. We have utilities, contract services, which is like your monthly services, your term costs, since every time somebody moves out, you've got to get it ready for somebody else to move in. And then your resident experience. So that goes through your online reputation, retention, and referrals. And it has up here every leasing decision, maintenance, repair, and resident interaction ultimately impacts NOI.
Everything. Just a day in the life of an RP and DO. We've given you just a smidge of what we touch base on every day with our teams. So the RVP obviously over the DOs and all of the teams. They'll, review financials, see where we're at. They have business plans to execute. They assist us with staffing, budget approvals, capital expenditures, and then they have the executive collaboration. Our RVPs will meet with asset management and accounting, construction, and marketing. This is something us DOs, briefly, like I said, occupancy, delinquency, collections, our team members, we have issues. So we wake up and we have every intention, like we have our day already planned, like what we need to do, what's our priorities. But in property management, in the field, you have to pivot at the last minute. We have those days where something can just catastrophically happen and it changes your whole day. Like I said, waking up with intentions to go over the financials and the occupancy, what we can do to drive that revenue and to drive that occupancy. But a pipe in the middle of the building will burst. That means that whole building, there's no water. You have these residents who are looking to us to make sure that we are ensuring their comfort, because we are responsible for them. We are responsible for taking care of our residents. At the end of the day, property management is different every day. Our job is to take care of our residents, and that's all hands on deck.
From a high level, what's listed up here, this is basically what you would see if you look up a job ad for one of these roles. However, what Michelle was describing is what happens in between all of that and every single day and what we face.
Our 4 pillars. So this really is the foundation of what we see and what we know to ensure that our assets and our properties and our team succeed. So the one thing, like I said, that is really the heart of our living, in my heart, are people. We've built strong relationships with our owners, our residents, vendors, and staff through clear communication and responsive service. Every property has its bells and whistles, but the one thing I tell my team all the time, they don't have you. They don't have that getting up, greeting whoever is walking in, because that's going to make the difference.
These other 3 pillars wouldn't happen without the first one.
Our product, maintain the physical asset with regular inspections, preventative maintenance, repairs, and capital improvements. And that is something that our Living and RREAF have worked together, focusing on the curb appeal and making sure that all of the properties and our assets are really looking top notch.
And then price, so as we kind of talked about before, is making sure we remain competitive within our market. And so we do that by making sure we have optimized rental rates. We do market analysis. We're checking on that every single week through our partnerships with our teams, communicating with us, talking with asset management and ownership about it, making sure that we are controlling our expenses, because if you're just going and spending all the money that you have, that income isn't going to matter at the end of the day. And then pushing revenue growth. And then also performance. So again, the first 3 then will lead you to the last one. All goes back to people, but we measure success through occupancy, through resident satisfaction, financial results, operational efficiency, and long-term asset value. And on our living side, we actually have Melanie, our CEO, calls it the key 8 to great, which talks about driving economic occupancy, keeping delinquency below 2%, making sure that we are turning units and getting them ready when someone moves out within 10 days, service requests completed within 48 hours. So there's certain things that we communicate with the team on a daily and weekly basis to make sure that they're keeping this in the forefront of their minds.
Resident experience matters. The benefits of having just the ultimate resident experience, you're going to have higher renewals percentages. You're going to have better reviews for online reputation, less turnover, and a stronger reputation. And our examples are fast maintenance response, clear communication, community events, clean and safe environment. Statistically, year over year, word of mouth has been the most powerful marketing tool, because if your residents are happy, they're going to tell their friends and their family, and they're going to continue to see that growth.
So everyday challenges that we face. So there's people challenges, making sure that you have the right people in place, making sure that you have retention and not just of your residents, but of your staff, right? If you have good team members, you want to make sure that we can keep them. Again, goes back to the people first mentality that we had at RR Living. And training, ongoing training. You can hire a really great individual who has all the experience in the world, but when you bring them in, if you don't train them on the way RR Living does things or wants things, and provide them with the tools and resources that they need, chances are they're not going to last, or they're not going to want to stay because they don't feel like we're putting back into them. Then we have resident challenges, complaints. That's where negative Google reviews never come in, expectations, and then also delinquency, right? So we have people who, unfortunately, some people may move in, and whether it's, that they've lost a job or they just genuinely can't afford the rent, they may not be able to pay. And so we have to go through different processes in that instance to have them move out and then fill that apartment again with somebody who can afford the rent. We have operational challenges, so such as emergencies, like what Michelle will touch on a little bit. Market competition, right? So what the community right down the road is doing, and aging assets, because over time, eventually a roof may need to be replaced, or eventually, certain things that the community will have to be done. And there's economic challenges like inflation, insurance costs, labor shortages, which is one that we really face, and talking points. Every day we're solving problems. That's what property management is. It's solving problems and coming up with solutions.
But I think what is so key and that RREAF has implemented, and I think it's been such a great help, is that they're visiting more frequently, so you can actually see why we have maybe an operational challenge and economic and resident complaints. Because we might be asking you for more money to repair our fitness center. And you're like, no, we don't have that right now. But guess what? At the end of the day, we want the assets to perform, and we want all of them to be successful. And in order to do that, that is where it is so important when Taylor and Jacob and everyone comes and visits the site. They actually can see at first hand what's going on.
You could have a pool inspector that comes out and dings you and says that the pool needs to be replastered, and it's the week before Memorial Day weekend, and now your pool's closed.
And then you're asking, why is the pool not open?
And here come the bad reviews, and here come the people saying, I don't want to live somewhere where the pool's not open and it's 95 degrees out. Making sure that those everyday challenges that you're handling them and working with your teams and ownership and asset management to solve those problems.
So real life situations we manage. Well, this is a perfect example. Lisa, the RVP, was supposed to be here today, but because there was a real life situation that occurred late in the afternoon at Ventura Lofts, she said, I'm not going to be able to come because, of course, she's taking care of the people at the property. She had to pivot. She had to get on a plane at 6 o'clock and get over here. Like I said in the very beginning of our presentation, we have every intention of hey, we got this, we're checking off, oh yeah, this is it. Doesn't happen, because every day, and inevitably, it happens. On Friday at 5 p.m., we had a major pipe burst at one of the properties in Georgia. The whole property, almost 300 units without water. We had to scramble. And that is reaching out to our VP of facilities, which is Renee Gomez, and us finding a vendor that's not going to gouge us for $30K. It is like making those sound decisions, but fast. And that is exactly what we do every day. Making solid decisions, best practices, best business decisions, and making it happen.
You have to have plans A, B, C, all the way through Z,
Yeah.
and then some in the back of your mind. That way, if any of these do happen, you can pivot quickly.
Delinquency is huge because, economically, we want the property to succeed.
So there's different career paths within property management. I am lucky enough to be in property management now. I actually had a very unique path into property management. I started as an accountant. at a company prior, and I did anything from accounts payable to property accounting and reporting to cash management. And then when I said, I think accounting is a little too monotonous and mundane for me, I actually went over and became an asset manager because I thought, okay, I understand financials and this seems fun, so let me go ahead and do that. And then when I was in asset management, I was like, you know what, I want to have a little bit more say on what goes on directly on those properties. I got into operations, I worked under Melanie French for a while, and I got into property management. At the property level, you know, like we talked about earlier, there's leasing, there's the manager roles, there's service technicians. Regional level, there's regional managers, directors, and regional vice presidents if you look to keep growing. And then there's corporate opportunities such as asset management, marketing, revenue management, construction, accounting, all of the things that you would consider, I guess, a little behind the scenes that help keep the properties running smoothly and keep our residents happy. Multifamily offers numerous career paths just beyond on-site management.
So if you decide you don't want to continue in this side of the career, we got plenty of options. All right. Well, appreciate your time. Thank you for letting us come and share.
Well,
Yeah.
appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.